Hey, hey, hey! Y'all are here at Businesswoman Chronicles. Oh my goodness. We are here to give you nuggets to build your business. Every mother, every sister that out there trying to build their business, you need to tune in to Businesswoman Chronicles because we have women of all colors, shapes, and sizes, baby, here to give your mind, to give you those golden nuggets. I was finna say to magnify your mind, but hey, we can do that too. Tonight, we have a wonderful guest. I'm going to introduce you in a minute. But the goal for Businesswoman Chronicles is to build you. If you feel like you sick of them kids and you want to jump off a bridge, we're going to give you those nuggets not to jump off that bridge, girl. If your man is driving you crazy, thinking you at a meeting and you really trying to build money, Businesswoman Chronicles is here for you. That is our goal. That is what we're here to do. So tune in to Businesswoman Chronicles and all the beautiful, gorgeous women that's going to saturate your mind, baby. Businesswoman Chronicles. And we are back. I'm about to bless your law life today. You know, when you're pushing your business and you always just pushing a passion, pushing a product, but you never think about law until somebody coming and trying to take what you got. So what you have to do, you have to get you a lawyer. Let me tell you about Amber today. She's going to give you the great nuggets. She is a spectacular lawyer that's saturating DFW. She's going to give us nuggets today, businesswoman, and all your chronicles out there tonight. When I tell you this woman has a passion, she's a beast. She is gorgeous. I love the gorgeous. That's icing on the cake, baby. She's going to be herself yet give us the education that we need as women out here building our business, needing guidance in any situation. I personally have witnessed this woman. I was going to say women, but she done entertained and she has given a lot of women great advice. So I had things going in my mind like, oh, she gave this woman advice, and she helped y'all men too. We ain't gonna leave all y'all out. But when I introduce this woman, she is personally to my heart because we have fun together, we do business together, and I am elated that she accepted the invitation to come on Businesswoman Chronicles and give you guys some advice that's going to blow your mind. Hey, put your hands together while you're sitting in your seat on your phones to my girl, the wonderful Amber Barger.
Hey,
Welcome,
yeah.
welcome, baby.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. What an intro. That's amazing. And exactly as you said, I am so excited to be here on Businesswoman Chronicles. There is nothing that I love more than a woman who hustles. And I'm here to make all those dreams come true and do it in a legal way. So I set everybody up for success so that you don't have to worry about the law as you're going along and you just build your empire.
Absolutely. Building your empire. And that's what people look at you for, baby. And I just wonder in Businesswoman Chronicles, when you started to build your business, Amber, those law students that's sitting out there today, young, hopeful, but they may come through some trials and tribulations. What advice would you give them to push through? I don't know. I don't step on no territory. I don't know, pumpkin. I'm in
Hmm.
Texas. I don't
Yeah.
do that. But what law student when you were in law school or doing your thing, what advice would you give to them young women who out here thinking this can't happen? Why did I do this?
Yeah, so I'll tell women in law school the same that I would tell women in any kind of new journey where they are finding themselves, where they're doing something new and they're stepping out. And that is, you need to release those expectations.
Mm.
And the reason for that is that expectations are what ruin everything. They can ruin your career, they can ruin your confidence, they can ruin your marriage, they can ruin everything. Because the truth is, none of us really know exactly what we're doing and what our life and our career is going to look like.
That's
And
right, girl.
we keep going, right? And your path to success, my path to success, looks wildly different than what we thought it would be when we started out on this journey.
Mm.
And for me, that's the most important thing. When I was in law school, I thought, I'm going to graduate and I'm going to go to this giant firm and I'm just going to be this boss bitch. I'm going to
Talk,
be
girl.
I'm going to be in a firm of 300 people and I'm going to be there grinding. And that is not what happened. It could not be farther from the truth. I graduated law school. I was going through some mental problems. You know, I was depressed. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I had some family issues that prevented me from going into that position where I could work 60, 80 hours a week. Right?
true.
Yeah. So I took a job at a mid-sized firm. I did that for a little while. I worked for a company for a little while, and then I said, you know what? I need to just take a step back and breathe and live this life for a minute. So I went out on my own, and that's my story is I didn't have any intention of being my own boss. I didn't want to have my own business. I wanted to be in something that was already formed for me and curated by, you know, all the coffers of the law school greats before me. And I just did it. I thought I'm going to take a few clients to pay the bills, and something incredible happened.
Elaborate. Go ahead. What incredible happened? Girl,
Yeah.
y'all put y'all ears to the... Shh.
I didn't worry about anything. I said, you know what? This money's going to come and I'm going to be fine. And clients started walking in the door and they never stopped. And I have been on my own for 5 years now, and I have never advertised. I've never had one Google ad. I've never been to one BNI meeting. This is my first podcast even. I have had such success in just word of mouth and meeting wonderful women like you, my clients around, and you know, they tell other people, they tell their friends. I meet people here and there and they believe in me because I believe in myself. And you know, I keep it real, I keep it down to earth, and I just do what I know how to do and don't brag about it, don't try to be something that I'm not, and it's worked wonders in my life.
And it has. And it has. And that is wonderful how you're elaborating on that. You guys, don't fail. If you fail, you get back up. And that's why I say don't fail. Because you will fail, but you get back up so you don't fail. And as Amber elaborates on what she's been through, if you're studying hard on the laws and everything you need to know, the pressure of clients, this woman is very down to earth. Let me tell you, that's how she got me as a client. Because no one wants an uptight person that don't understand. What nuggets can you give in your law experience? What nuggets can you give society, not just the women right now? Because I know you're a spectacular lawyer. You've done wonderful things for me and my family, and I love you for that. But what is a nugget that you can give that's going to blow their mind? I know you have confidentiality. I do understand that, but we're going to call them Joe and Blow. And that maybe our client or our people out there, they don't know. They don't know nothing. They don't know. But what is the knowledge you can give them, Amber?
Sure.
That'll blow their minds, baby.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of people approach the law as this, exactly as you said, as this stuffy institution where you have to go to the 25th floor in some huge building.
We do.
Yeah. And you're out of your element. It's just old white dudes who have had generations of lawyers in their family, and that's how a lot of people look at the law. And for a lot of people, that's true. But I will tell you that the law isn't something that you should be afraid of approaching and trying to understand. And it's not your enemy. You shouldn't reach out to a lawyer when you get in trouble or something goes wrong. You should have a lawyer on your side from the jump. There are so many lawyers exactly like me. What I like to do, I like to get to know my client before they need a lawyer. You know,
Relationship.
I want to be your friend. I want to know your business. You don't need to pay me. You know, you can just explain to me what you have. You know, take me out for lunch and talk to me about your business, and I'll help you. And when you get to that point where, you know, you don't know what to do, whether you're being sued, whether you're ready to expand, whether you want to go to a different state, whether you are getting a divorce and you don't know what to do with your business and what's going to happen, you need to have that relationship already built, because there's nothing worse than facing a personal crisis and then having to forge a new relationship with somebody who is tasked with this monumental thing of trying to fix the mess that's in your life. And everybody has messes. I'm not judging. I mean,
That's right, baby.
yeah, I've
You
been through
right.
so many messes. But as we say in the law, if that's going to be my nugget is, you set things up in the beginning, and you're either going to pay in the start or you're going to pay triple in the end.
That foundation.
Yeah.
Get it, girl. So you got to repeat that. Either they going to pay in the start or
They're
going
going to
to
pay triple in the end.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Never be embarrassed to approach a lawyer and say, you know what, I'm trying to start this business. I believe in my craft, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I think that the way that our society is, lawyers, they just seem like this elevated, inaccessible sort of field for a lot of people. And especially, like I grew up poor. I never imagined that I could be a lawyer. I'm the first person in my family to go to college.
Speak, girl.
Yeah, and I approached this, and I never turned back, and I just always believed in myself, and I said, I can understand this, and why am I going to be scared? So what, your dad and your granddad and his dad were lawyers, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm going to do the best that I can, and it's worked out wonderfully for me. So that's my nugget. It is so simple, and it is just be confident, build your relationships with your professionals, because you need us, whether or not you want to, establish a relationship and hire a lawyer in the beginning, or whether you just want to, go to a consultation and get a couple of tips. Forge those relationships now, and don't ever be scared to reach out when you need help, whether that comes from a lawyer or a CPA or a family member who has that experience. Just lean on the people in your community. You can't do all of it on your own. It takes a village to have a successful business.
And that is perfect what she just said. It almost touched my heart when she said you can't do everything yourself. Because you guys, this woman means a lot to me. And as I told you guys before on my other podcast, that I don't invite anybody to my area. But I lost a man that I love truly, and I lost my grandfather, my papa. If they know me, they know that he had me spoiled. I'm a spoiled rotten. It's where the Versace comes in. I'm a spoiled rotten brat. But this woman right here, in the law, she handled my case. And my papa is somebody I love so much, and he's gone. Um, but it's so difficult when you lose someone you love and you can't study. And as a businesswoman, I know everything in my mind. But when she sat by me, when we met each other, and I talked to her about my papa, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now, because she says a village. And she says she was so real, and it takes a village. Because when I lost the man that I loved so much in my life, she was here for me and my family. And she did so much. So she is a lawyer who cares. She is a lawyer who genuinely cares, and I've witnessed her telling people, "Oh, I don't do that, baby. I do this." I'm not gonna use the jargon, Amber, but
Yeah, that's right. That's the thing. A lawyer, if you're considering going into law, one of the things that you really need to come to terms with is that a lot of our position is absorbing the stress of other people. That's what we sign up for, whether it is somebody who passed away, that's a very close family member in this situation. Not only are they needing to grieve the death of that person, but they also have to deal with that person's estate. And it's not a pretty thing to figure out, how much money do they have? What do I do with the house? What do I do with the bills? And what do I do with all these greedy family members or whatever it is, and it's very, very, very hard for somebody who just lost somebody that they love to deal with that. And so that's where a lawyer comes in, and they hold your hand through all of it, and they tell you it's going to be okay, and it is going to be okay.
Yes.
Because that's our job. We handle the administrative part of it, and if you find a good one, not to brag about me, but I feel like I am also able
I got
to.
a good one.
Yeah,
Even in the tears, baby.
I am able to, address your. I'm able to address not only your legal needs, but I'm also able to lend that sort of support. And most of us who are in this field, we know we don't lose our bedside manner, and we realize that we're dealing with people day to day who are going through some of the most difficult times of their life. A lot of times when you think of when do you need a lawyer? When you're sued, when somebody dies that's close to you, when you are fighting over the custody of your kids, when you are about to lose your business, when you're whatever. I mean, terrible situations. So it's extremely important that you get somebody that you trust on your side, and you're ready with that arsenal. To just ready to go, and you're not hesitating, and you know exactly who to call when something happens that's out of the ordinary, and you just don't know what to do. And that's something that I love about working with women, because I do certainly work with small businesses. I work with a lot of people just from all sides of the spectrum, but I am able to connect with women, and I have been through it in my personal life, and I wish that I would have somebody that is competent and confident on my side that can really help me get through these things. So I wish that for everybody.
Yes, and she definitely has. And Amber, in our culture, in the black community, we don't know about estates and trust, and sometimes people don't even have money. I'm
Yeah.
speaking from my perspective. My papa was able to leave something to his family, and sometimes our culture don't know, and I'm speaking from don't not knowing. And what this woman did, she stepped in and relieved a lot from me. I was able to grieve, even though I'm crying right now. I don't usually do this punk ass crying. I'm usually an OG. But she helped me on a lot. She was able to be genuine, because I didn't want nobody just trying to sell me and get my money. No, she did a whole nother ball game, and she knew her stuff. And what I respected you most about you, Amber, if you didn't know, you said you didn't know. It's okay, but you could lead me to another person, and she would lead you. So I'm pointing out to reach out to her, and she's gonna give you her info. She's gonna definitely give everyone information if you're interested in the trust with your family or anything of that nature, because it's a lot. You don't think
Yeah.
about that. You're trying to grieve it, and girl, the black community, they just want to pass out. Oh, crying and ain't done nothing for nobody. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I make jokes of things, but as me and you all talked about how that's my papa was my heart. Um, it's somebody else got a heart, whether it's their mom, their dad, somebody
Yeah.
out there, and they need a trust, or they're building a business.
Yeah.
They put $500,000 in a business, and that person dropped dead on a heart attack.
Yeah.
Where did that money go?
And so that's what I'm saying before I answer your question. That's what I'm saying, that it will pay you back in strides if you just talk with a lawyer in the beginning. And this is not about me advertising. This is about protecting your legacy. You are
Absolutely.
putting
Oh,
your
say that one more time. Come on, Amber. I'm sorry, I can't get too
it's
loud.
protecting your legacy. An attorney is not, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like every attorney is an angel. There's plenty of stories that you've heard, especially in recent news, that there are some attorneys who are not good for you, but there are, for every one bad attorney, there are 100 of us who are hustling in the shadows. And the thing is, we want what is best for you, and we want to set you up for success from the beginning. If you're putting in, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000, why wouldn't you spend a little bit of time with somebody who does this day in and day out and can lead you down a successful path so that you don't risk losing it all? You know what I mean? And so, I'm dealing with an estate right now that is something kind of like that. This man passed away. He was pretty young. He had a pre-existing condition for his whole life, and he succumbed to it when he was 42 years old. and he was divorced from his wife. They didn't have any kids, but the thing is, he wasn't careful, and that he didn't take the time to remove his wife from everything when they split up. So what did she do? When he passed away, she went in. She knew the codes to his safe. She knew how to get into his business. She knew how to get into his bank accounts, and she cleaned him out. And so now, rather than, taking the time to just organize everything, to grieve, and to get what is coming to this family, they're having to fight this woman who has been divorced from the family for 6 years, because they didn't have the proper succession plan in place. And so, and it's not just so, a lot of my clients, I do serve plenty of people within the Black community. I have tons of Arabic clients. I have a lot of Persian clients. I do estate plans for like Islamic wills, for example. I do all of these kind of creative solutions for people that don't fit into the mold. But if you just leave your assets and your business to the wind, then you are going to go by statute, and that means that your assets are automatically just going to pass to your kids and your wife and maybe your parents in a very mathematical equation, and it may not be what you want. You know what I mean? If you have a kid who is just not capable of it, that kid is an artist and not a businessman, and he inherits your business because you didn't set everything up, and all of your life's work goes down the drain, not because there's anything wrong with your kid, but just because that wasn't the one that should have taken over this.
He might be a crackhead.
Might be a crackhead. That's very. I use artist, but he could very well be a crackhead. He could be both. Yeah. Yeah, I got plenty of them in my family too. So, yeah, but that's the deal. You got to put your succession plan in place, and personal succession plans like your wills, your trust, your estate plan. That's very separate.
Repeat that, baby. Please repeat that, baby. Make it in plan.
Yeah, you have your estate plan, which is your will or your trust. There's a lot of other things that you can do, like for your retirement accounts, you can put a beneficiary directly on that, so they don't even have to go to court when you pass away. There are a lot of those sorts of options. And then there's also your business options. If you have a business setup, you have a corporation, you have an LLC, you don't need to put that into probate. You can have your succession plan built into your business directly. So
that's beautiful.
That's going to go to your partners. That's going to go to your kids. That's going to go to whoever. But you need to do it right in the beginning. And that's what I cannot stress enough. And it's not because I want the business or whatever. It's not that. It's just, please, I've dealt with both sides, and you want to be setting this up with a lawyer on the beginning instead of at the end. And I want to be helping you in the beginning instead of at the end, because the end is going to be messy and it's not what you want.
Oh, girl. I tell them my tax clients that I be like, will you sign that W-4 in the human resources W, right? The W-4, not W-2. That's center. Can you sign that right?
Yes.
At the beginning. When you say that beginning, that's what goes in my business mind.
Set it up right.
Oh, my goodness. Girl, you done gave some wonderful nuggets. This woman throwing out nuggets. Y'all better listen to her. Rewind, Businesswoman Chronicles, and know that. All right, now, we're going to go to the Businesswoman Chronicle laws. All right, I'm trying to see if we got enough time. Let me see on it, because I want to know Miss Amber's mind, and we supposed to be playing the law. That law. I don't know the words, Amber.
You're doing great.
But it's that loud.
You got it. That was beautiful.
Got 8 laws. I'm gonna read those laws, and when we come back, you gonna elaborate, and you gonna tell us which law you choose to elaborate on. We got business laws out here. This Businesswoman Chronicles laws. Okay, the 8 laws are: time is your highest commodity. That's law 1 in Business Woman Chronicles. No friends in business. Eliminate distractions. Law 4, own your ownership. Law 5, procrastination is our enemy. Law 6, faith over fear. Law 7, bold and beautiful. Law 8, make money. All right, when we come back from this commercial, she gonna choose. And the grand opening of Lockett Taxes is here. And don't get the grand opening twisted. I have been in business for over 10 years doing sufficient tax returns, individual tax returns, business tax returns, and sitting down with my clients to make sure that they are good. What other tax company is trying to gain a relationship with you? Nobody but Lockett Taxes. So contact me today. Tax season is here. Hey, welcome back. Yes, yes, yes. We ended with the Businesswoman Chronicle laws. Yeah, I got a little tired up because I got too excited. Yes, y'all know every week when any guests come on, they have to pick one of the laws of Businesswoman Chronicles, because what we understand in business, we have to have laws in this game, rules in this game, deal breakers in this game. If you dealing with a dude, I'ma say it, if he ain't got no money, that's a deal breaker for you. Boom. So, Amber, she's going to pick the law she wants to elaborate on in Businesswoman Chronicles, because everybody that graced this royalty and graced this beautiful saturated velvet. Girl, y'all see that velvet my girl got on? Oh, she fly. Oh, she fly. Who don't want to fly lawyer? Me. I want to fly lawyer, baby. So she's going to pick the law of Businesswoman Chronicles, even though she a lawyer. But we got laws around him too.
Mm-hmm.
Which one you want to elaborate on, girl?
I respect the laws of my jurisdiction, so I am going to pick number 4, which was own your ownership. That's the one that spoke to me.
Elaborate, girl.
Sure. So when I was listening to all of those, own your ownership stuck out. And when I think about own your ownership, the deal is if you want to go into business and you want to make it happen on your own, there's none of this game about blaming other people and saying, oh my gosh, well, Barry in accounting didn't get me that stuff on time, or, this bitch in HR doesn't like me. There's none of that. There's no excuse about not getting back to your clients, not giving excellent service. You know why? Because it's your business.
In that order.
You need to own that. Yes. And if you don't own it, that is the very first step of you going downhill. Because when you start to delegate your failures, always delegate your successes. But when you start to delegate your failures, that's the beginning of the end for me.
In that order. Mm-hmm. In that order. I love that. Delegating. Everybody had an assistant. Mm-hmm. If you own your own business and that assistant, you take that shit personally. Mm-hmm. If they don't take care of your clients like you train them to take care of your clients, that shit drives you crazy. Mm-hmm. I saw on Facebook one time where it says, if you're not a true business owner, own your ownership, if you're not a true business owner and you haven't cried over your business, You ain't in this game long enough. Yeah, what you think about that, Amber?
That's right. Look, you've got to. The thing is, a lot of people want to have this just come easy. We've got TikTok, we've got YouTube, whatever, and these people just get on there and talk about how easy it is and how they, overnight started making 6 figures every month, and that's bullshit. They're trying to sell you something. That's their hustle, okay? And that didn't come overnight. I promise you that. And they're lying anyway. But the deal is, for me, my business started off, as I said in the last segment, my business started off very small, and I didn't set out with these big lofty goals. And when my business started to get serious, when clients started to come back to me and refer me out to their friends and family, that's when I thought, hey, I need to take ownership of this and I need to be serious.
You're the brand.
That's right. And look, I have gone through, since I started this business, I've gone through a divorce. I've gotten married. I've had a baby. I have been in the hospital. I've lived, okay? My life has continued.
Speaking of chronicles, y'all.
My life continued to happen, but not at any point during that time did I say, oh, I'm so sorry that I did such a bad job on your case because, I had this going on or I had that going on. Nope. That doesn't get to happen when you have your own business. That life is over. There's no calling into your boss because you are the fucking boss.
In that order.
Yeah.
Facts.
So you need to own up to whatever you have and take pride in it. You know, you need to love it. You need to breathe it. You need to dream about it. You need to cry. You need to bleed for that business.
Oh, that's beautiful. And the fact that you mentioned about husbands. I've been married twice. Back with the man. I'm back with the second husband. I love you. Shout out Andre.
Hey,
Love
Dre.
you. Love that man. Love him. This our second time around. And I'm pushing my business. When we got a divorce 3 years ago, and I was literally single for 3 years,
Yep.
still pushing my business because my business was in my belly. Tax company, Divine Business Services, in my belly, baby.
Yep.
I didn't want it. I managed the children and all of that in this business. And sometimes it's hard to balance it all, baby. Amber, it's hard to, even because your statue is high. When you say you a lawyer, people have like a automatic respect for you, girl.
And
They
expectations.
think you expect, girl. Shut your mouth. You said it. You said it. High five.
Yeah.
Me and my loud voice, but because I get so passionate, I get
Yeah.
excited. But women out there today, even in the great statue, my OBGYN had to reschedule an appointment with me. She a doctor because she just had children.
Yep.
And baby, and I understood. What advice you can give to balance that with that expectation on your shoulders, Amber?
Yeah.
These mothers that's out here, whether they lawyers, they're judges, they're doctors, I'm going there with you because of the expectation.
Yeah.
And not that I'm lowering myself anywhere with taxes, but I'm saying that expectation of you as being a lawyer. And they not knowing you're still a mommy, and I love her son. He's so cute.
Yeah, he's
And she
real cute.
showed me a picture every time I said, like, let me see him. I love him. He make my heart special. So what advice can you give them, baby? Balancing motherhood,
Yeah.
husband.
Look, well, I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, as I'm sure every woman or even man who's listening to this knows, there is never going to be a perfect balance and perfect harmony, and you got to keep marching every single day. The way that I organize this and the way that I set forth when I decided that I'm going to have a baby and I'm going to make this work, all right, I was honest with myself. I said, I'm going to need...
Say that again. You was honest with who?
You're honest with yourself. With yourself. Because nobody knows, what your body is going through. Nobody knows what your emotions, your hormones. We're women. We know what happens if you have a baby. Oh my, you're crazy for at least a year. I know I was. I shouldn't speak for everybody, but something changes, something monumental changes, and you have to face that head on. And you have to say, what am I going to do during that time? So when I knew that I was going to have a baby, I planned in advance. I found a small group of people. I started networking, and I said, okay, I'm going to be tired. I am going to be breastfeeding. I'm going to be doing all these things, and I am not going to be able to deliver the same level of service that I usually do. So I set the expectation first with my clients. I told all of them, hey, I'm going to have a baby. And most of them were so receptive, and they came back with open arms right after. And, they said,
Communication.
So communication is very, very integral to your business, especially if you're doing it solo or you just have one person, communicating with your clients and also with your team. And again, that honesty, you need to really, really think about, what am I capable of doing? There's no way you're going to walk out of that hospital and be back in the seat at 8 o'clock the next morning. And
Tell them, girl. Tell them, you little youngsters.
Will
Tell
think
them.
that they can do it.
Tell
and
them,
it's
baby.
just, even if you physically can, you need to take that time mentally to heal, to bond with your baby. This is a sacred time. Your business is incredible, and that's your blood, sweat, and tears, but this is your baby. You're creating life. And this time when you're giving birth, it comes once. You have one opportunity to be with that baby right after he's born, and be with your husband or baby daddy or by your damn self, whatever you're going to do, and bond with that kid. That you're never going to get that back. So communicating with your client, setting those expectations, knowing that you're gonna want this as a human, as a person with a heart. Set that time aside and don't look at your emails. Don't try to schedule something. Don't just say, oh, I'm just gonna take a quick Zoom call the day after. Don't do that. I did that and I regretted it, and I still joke about it. I was in the hospital bed taking a Zoom call. I was at a zoning
Wow.
commission meeting, and I when I closed my computer, I said, "Is this really what I want for my son? Do I want him to think that, like, mom just had this miracle of childbirth, but her client is more important in this time, and rather than bond with me, and I know that he can't understand that, but I'm just thinking about that, like, what tone am I setting for the rest of his life?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
So as you have children, you also need to, and it's not even, again, not just children. If you have a husband or a wife or a partner or whatever it is, you need to determine how many hours of the day are you going to dedicate to your business and how many to your partner? Or are you going to dedicate one day of the week to your family and the rest of the time with your business? Can you do that? Will your family accept you doing that? Because you don't want to sacrifice your family over your business. So you need to have a plan. I sit down about every quarter, so between every 3 and 4 months, I sit down and I look at my schedule and I make a day-to-day schedule. I'm not kidding you. Monday through Sunday, I say, where are the blocks of time where I am, I call it church, where my family, that's church.
Yeah.
I say,
That's show right,
when
girl.
are my
Charity
church
starts at
hours?
home.
That's right. So when are my church hours? And my church
Yeah.
hours are when I am with my husband or my son, and I'm turning off my phone. I'm not answering your email. I don't care
Yeah, I
about
don't
your
care.
your emergency, and it's not because I don't love you as a client, but because life happens once.
That's right.
Why life happens once, and our business can continue. We're gonna, we're successful women. We're gonna get money, even, no matter what.
It's gonna rotate.
Oh yeah, even
It's
if
gonna
even if we
rotate.
fail in this business, we're gonna pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and we're gonna keep going and start something new, right?
That's right.
That's inside of us. But what is not gonna come back around is your baby's first
Your
birthday.
baby, huh? Talk to me, baby.
Yeah, it's not gonna come around.
have
That
to appreciate
you and your
that.
husband have your second or third anniversary, and it's just not. And don't miss those moments,
Don't miss
because
those moments.
it does not matter. It does not matter. Set your deadlines. If you have a big deadline and it's coming up with your kid's birthday or whatever, just think about it. Don't overcommit. Don't overcommit. As
Yes.
women, we have a tendency to
Overcommit.
overcommit.
Yes, we do, girl.
Because we're responsible
I'm
for
guilty.
everything, and we think, oh, we're super women. We can do all of this. You can't, and you shouldn't. And there's no shame in that.
I
But
said that on the last thing. I'm not your superwoman.
that's right.
I told
That's
him.
right.
I sang the song. I can't do it. I'm not
Yeah.
your superwoman. I remember, Amber, you shared with us about what happened to you at the hospital. I was working for a company, taxation. Everybody, when they
Yeah.
see me, they know. And I literally took my 6-year-old when I had her in a car seat on Sublet to the tax office.
Oh.
Had her in a car seat sitting next to my desk. And I had this one client, I'm not going to say her name right now. I would never pronounce her name, but she was a close friend of mine when we were smaller. And now she's a business owner.
Yep.
She left out one W-2. Either I left it out or she left it out. In my knowledge right now, it was an easy amendment.
Yeah.
She had been coming to me for 3 years. She trusted me or what have you. I had my baby. I've been doing her taxes spectacular.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings. This was one of the times I cried. I brought my baby in the tax office. She was like, I'm going to give her 6 months old. And she was in the car seat. And I was doing her taxes because I wanted to keep that relationship because we were friends when we were little.
Yeah.
And she was a nurse.
Yeah.
And I went over beyond. I tried to explain to her, I can just amend this, baby. You messed my taxes up.
Yep.
You know how I be saying about bitter black bitches. You know how that's my shit. You bitter black bitch.
Well,
you
we got
coulda been-
Karens on my side, right?
Man, this woman went off like, you messed my taxes up, da-da-da-da-da. And now she owns a lipstick business or something. But she hurt my feelings so much.
And let me ask you something. Who
ahead.
is still in your life? Your 6-month-old baby at that time, or this woman?
Or this bitch. My 6-year-old.
That's right.
Who run the whole house. And she run her daddy too, y'all. She told her
Yeah.
teacher, She gonna be the next CEO.
Okay. Get it. I bet she will too.
But I
Tell her
learned
call
from
me.
that.
Yeah.
You gonna set my daughter up. You
Yeah,
setting
I
all
got
my
you.
trust
I
stuff,
got all
baby,
ya.
with my mama and
Yeah.
Lisa. Hey, hey, hey. But that, what you said made me not, I love my clients. I'm going to give them the best customer service I can, but you are not over my family.
Uh-huh.
And if my clients don't understand
Yeah.
that I have a family, that I'm human, I don't want you no way.
Yeah. And that's the thing you said, I'm going to give them my best customer service. You're not giving them a chunk of your life. You're giving them service, okay? And that's the thing.
Say that again. What I'm giving them?
Customer
Service.
service.
And I
You
can
are
tell my
not
husband
giving
that too. You
Uh,
only getting the service tonight, boy. Don't be trying to
okay.
get into my business.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. But that's the thing, these clients they're come and go, and I am not giving the message at all to not take care of your clients. You
Absolutely.
should give
That's
them
not
excellent
the
business,
message.
but you need to separate that because your clients they
Balance.
do come and go, you know what I mean? And it's like you just can't control their expectations, but you can control their expectations when it comes to you and set your boundaries and say, look, when I had a son, I used to take, like, before I had one, I used to take calls any time of night. I didn't care. I would go out of town to meet my clients, like, in their ranch or whatever they had going on.
Absolutely.
And now I just tell them, hey, don't call me on the weekends. Excuse me, it is 9 p.m. Don't call me anymore. This is your first and last warning. And I'm confident in doing that because I said, look, I'm
Yes.
putting my son to sleep and I love this a lot more than I'll ever love you.
In that order.
Yeah, and I'll respect you and I will do a great job during business hours.
But I love that. I love
That's
that.
right.
Amber.
Yeah.
And that is the great advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spectacular advice that we can give in Chronicles. That's a chronicle.
Yeah.
When the people take your kindness for weakness, your clients will. Even they, oh, I love it. Don't you? And I've said that many of times. I've learned that.
Yeah.
In fact, but Corey Hughes taught me that. He did. He said, you need to respect yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to know your limits in business.
Yeah.
Not Delicia, you're a very confident woman. Yet, you need to learn in business, you have to relinquish that confidence and put it in the business
Yep.
aspect and say, do not call me this.
Yep.
Don't disrespect my husband. Don't disrespect. I'm at my son's basketball
Because that's what it is. They're
game.
taking away from your family
They're taking
members, not
away.
just you, and they don't care about that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that is a great nugget to give to all starting companies, women that's doing that right now. Even men, hey man, we giving y'all advice too. We're not discriminating.
Yep.
But we're just pressing on women that may be dealing with a man that don't want their business to succeed. How can you elaborate on that? How can you, not personally, but in your experience, I know you've seen a lot of things and heard a lot of things, and you're very good. I know we don't have much time, but can you elaborate about a minute or so on how, what advice you could give a woman that's probably going through a man want to keep her financially abused?
It is so funny that you said that because I swear today I met my very first, we call them incels, right? That stands for involuntary celibate. And I call them that because they're not just me. I mean, it's the term for them. It means that they believe that women owe them something and that they are entitled to take something from a woman. And it's a trope that has been around from the beginning of time. And I met my first one in the flesh today. I thought they were like, centaurs. They're just not real. But they are real and they're among us, my friend. So that's the thing. And I can't give a lot of very sage advice except for, and I'm sorry for my language, but fuck them. You need to make your plan for your life. If a man wants you and loves you, he's going to fit into it. It's 2023. We're not the first women to have businesses. We are not the first women in government. We're not the first lawyers, CEOs. None of that. Okay. If a man is still in his Neanderthal stage where he can't evolve and appreciate a woman who is handling her business, he's not the man for you. And you're not losing anything. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's going to be a man for you, or maybe there's not, and there's nothing wrong with that anymore either. Like, this tired dialogue of every woman, oh, she she needs a man. Oh, she's turning 30 and she's not married. Oh, she's this. Oh, who cares? Oh my gosh. Like, are you going to get points deducted when you make it up to the pearly gates? Like, what's going to happen?
Exactly.
You figure out what you want for your life and manifest that, and it's going to come for you. Okay. Don't let any man and it's not even men. Let's talk about, there are some women who
Crazy
are nasty
women. Yes,
and
they
don't
are.
want anything for you. So,
Don't separate them crazy cuckoo birds either.
That's right. That's right.
But how can a man try to financially abuse a woman? What does that look like in your
So
essence?
I have a little bit of personal
They want
experience
them
with
to
this.
won't have nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have no job. I'm gonna take care of you. It sounds good when they say they want to take care of us.
Yeah.
It does sound good. But if you know what I'm saying, hey,
Yeah.
if the man is trying to take care of you and he doesn't want you to proceed in your business, that means he has control over your gas money.
Yep.
If you want to buy some lip gloss
Yep.
or shoes.
It's it's a slippery slope because it's I fully believe if a woman wants to be a stay-at-home mom and she wants her husband to provide for her and her kids, I support that 100%. But you need to have a nest egg. You need to do something, when you are a teenager, whatever, you're working at Sonic for your first job, whatever it is, you need to put some of that back and you need to have something so that just on the outside chance that this person that you've met who seems to be Mr. Wonderful, they all start out as that, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, this man who seems to be Mr. Wonderful, all of a sudden, he wants to cheat on you. He starts abusing you. He starts abusing your kids. He starts taking your money away, hiding the debit card. I've seen it all as an attorney. It happens all day. So you need to have your nest egg and you need to have a community of women to support you. Even if it's just, if one of my clients called me and said, this is what's happening to me, I would find them resources. I would get them into a shelter. I would get them, the funds because I'm aware of certain funds that help people who are in that situation. But, I know it's very hard to leave abusive situations and that can happen quicker than you realize it. But the thing is, again, being honest with yourself and realizing that it takes a village. There are resources out there and you've got to go get it. You cannot face this world by yourself in any situation, whether it's abuse, whether it's business, whether it's whatever. Reach out. Just reach out. Yeah.
That's that village word again, baby. That's that village word again. So I want, Amber, you have gave spectacular nuggets today. And you guys, if you missed something, spin this joint back. Spin Businesswoman Chronicles back with our beautiful, wonderful, I call her Law and Order.
That's me.
Law
Dun,
and
dun.
Order. Beautiful. Them eyes get me every time. You guys, she has given us wonderful nuggets for Businesswoman Chronicles, for women going out there in Chronicles. If you're trying to build a business, understand it's laws that's in place that can help you out. Trust. Estates. That's her realm. Record it. I'm not gonna repeat it. But you guys, Business Women Chronicles tonight, I want y'all to understand the love we have. We see y'all next time. Go Amber.